Hello and welcome back to a Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 3. We are continuing with our rather solid plots in that we almost have the Stormlands and the Iron Throne itself. And if we have a look at here, we'll see that we have a brother-in-law we need to kill, and I believe that that will then allow us to get the Stormlands through our wife, who will get it through her mother, who will get it through her father dying, and that will all be fantastic. So, that's step number one. That's the thing that we need to do. Next one is to get the Iron Throne. We need to go through, I'm just trying to find where the start is. Let's start with Stefan. So, Stefan goes to Lawless. Lawless will go to Ormond. Ormond is dead, so it will pass to Raymond. It's done. So basically that one's already set. All we need to do is make sure that this dude does not have any more children, which should be easy if we, say, murder him, which is what we're doing. So, murder him, step one. That's what we're doing here. Step two, that's done. So basically there's not really a lot to do. I guess we just murder this guy and then we're kind of set. So everything's kind of in place, which is why we have a tournament on. And it's time for wrestling. So, let's see if we can qualify. We qualified for the other ones, but the one that we had to qualify without getting auto qualification just didn't really work, so hopefully we can qualify in a better way this time. Is that really? That doesn't look like the color of your house here. Aha! So somebody suggested something and we can immediately test it. So they suggested the reason why we're not allowed to change the house is because they are not within our realm. So let me have a look at Dorne. Can't change Dorne, but I can change you. Yes, okay. So I'm only allowed to change the house colors of people within our within our realm, which means we can't fix everybody. However, that's not too horrible a purple. Anyway, in my scheme to murder King Stefan, I've enlisted the help of Janara, who it turns out is something of an encyclopedia when it comes to languages. Using her vast knowledge of several dialects, she has created a code which he claims is uncrackable. Not only would a master cryptographer be required, they would also need to understand the subtleties of common grammar, the details of old proverbs, all the while keeping in mind Valyrian word structure. So we can get a multi-secret language code, or it sounds like it's a waste of time, which gives us progress. Now progress is interesting, because that is something that's hard to get. I'm going to take progress. Cool, so we got a free month out of that one. Oh, back to here. I want to go to the artisan quarters. Aha! So we got favors of a lady. We're going to reject the favors of a lady, which allow us to qualify. But then we're going to go out here. We're going to take off that. And we're going to take off that. And we're going to apply the two favors of a lady, which by themselves are pretty garbage items, but what they do allow us to do is, one, we can sell them afterwards for 40 apiece, and two, it increases your score when you're in the tournament, which will be good, because that's where we are. Wonderful. Right, next I want to go to the tourney grounds. Whoa, pause. There we go. It worked after a second. A glorious guest. Hear ye, upon this finest of days we are blessed with the presence of a true virtuoso. He has vanquished all comers from Ireland to Cathay, not localized for the mod. It is my honor and privilege to introduce the most skilled, the most splendorous, the best in the world, Lord Kevin. Kevin who? Kevin Riker. Okay. So we can say, it's lovely to have you here, we can get starstruck. Okay. You teach me a thing or two, or sorry, who? And that gets us grounded. I guess I'm going to try and get a score increase off of them. Hey, we got a score increase. Wonderful. I was trying to think what from Ireland to Cathay should be. I guess you could say from, like, I guess you would say something like from, where is it? Old Town? Yeah, I think this is Old Town, right? Just double checking. This is Old Town. So you probably say something like from Old Town to the Wall, or from Casterly Rock to somewhere over here. From Casterly Rock to the lands of the Dothraki or something. But anyway, it's a minor thing, and I'm being nitpicky. So let's carry on. Hey, level of fame went up. Wonderful. That actually does help us. It gives us extra opinion with people, which means that we're going to have other people who are there's a war. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, that means we're going to have other people who are more willing to join, join plots. So I got very distracted by the war. So what is this? A war against the tyranny of King Stefan. Now that's interesting. The tyranny of King Stefan is an interesting one. So what happens in his war? I need to have a look at this. So, this war against King Stefan, what happens if he surrenders? Okay, no, so that's King Stefan imprisons Lady Jane. So that's if Lady Jane loses. What if she wins? He's deposed. Interesting. Now that could work in our favor. If he's deposed, then that means that it would go to his heir. His heir would be lawless. That could work. We have 114,000, so we are stronger than his side. Well, we're not quite. Actually, we would end up just slightly weaker than his side with Dorne included. However, his personal strength would go down a lot because he gets a lot of his army via levies. However, he would not have any levies because nearly all of his levies are from us. Interesting. This one is intriguing. Now, our current plan would work. So the question is, do we want to abandon the current plan to kill him in order to push it to lawless? That's a question. We could also just stay neutral. The problem with staying neutral is that we become a different realm. Yeah, I think that actually, you know, fundamentally that's my problem. I don't want to be a different realm. I want to be his realm. Yeah. Fundamentally, I think that's a problem for us. I want to be in his realm. So, we are going to say that we are going to join his side because otherwise we are not within his realm and that causes severe issues with inheritance things. It shouldn't affect us in our plans, but our current plans are made with the assumption that we are going to be in his realm. So we're going to go on the side of him, but it's a close one. It's a close one. If we didn't have a good chance to murder him within, like, what, 9 months? 8 months. See, if we weren't going to murder him in 8 months, I wouldn't bother. But right now, this is actually great. Even better if if we are able to kill him and then they win their war. That actually works out pretty well for us as well, because then it jumps directly to Raymond. But let's not worry about that. The rebels will pay dearly. Actually, we all kind of want to wait 6 years for Raymond. We want him to be an adult and married before everything falls apart. Rebels will pay dearly. We can manage things from here. I'll just stay at the Grand Tournament if that's alright with you. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at how that went. So a lot of my realm rebelled, interestingly. I think that's okay, though. Yeah, do I need to do anything in this war? No, we're part of the Iron Throne, so our troops are his troops. We could do stuff in the war, but that would be purely taking the initiative ourselves. You know what we might do, actually? What we might do is we might raise our troops at Castle Rock. Oh, the rally point is already at Castle Rock? Okay. And the reason we might raise our troops here is just to stop people attacking us, basically, while we're at our tournament. Which we're more likely to qualify for, surely, because... yeah, we're surely more likely to qualify because there'll be less people. They will have gone to war. I'll manage things from here. This doesn't require my full attention. I am ready. Okay. We are playing to the crowd. My body thuds into the wooden wall at the edge of the arena, Rodmar's having bodily hurled me there with a snarl. No sooner has he done so than Rodmar's face morphs into a smug smile, and to my astonishment he turns away from me completely. Raising his arms to the baying crowd, he curls his arms up and flexes in the imitation of a travelling strongman. The cheers from the crowd redouble. Those fickle peasants are eating it up. Then say, face me, coward, or I'll teach him to show his back to me. Yeah, we're 100% going to take the score increase. And then here... Ooh. I think we're going to go for the diplomacy intrigue. We lost. Well, that's not good. We can disqualify him, but I think we'll be okay. We lost. Okay, what's happening outside here? Agents are joining my scheme, that's all fine. How's the war going? I bet nobody's even raised their troops properly. No, so that's fine. Back in here. Fine contest. Okay. Rodmar was killed? On the wrestling tournament? Okay. Well, it's a little bit unfortunate. Ermin killed a man in a wrestling tournament. A 52-year-old with that beard killed a man. Okay. Now the winner is nobody. Alright. Tourney grounds. There's a woman in the tournament. We are going to banish the woman from our tournament. The reason we're going to banish her is 1, because she is mad. And 2, because it increases our score and it's another person who can't be in the tournament. So I will banish you. To make it so that we qualify. Just not a good reason to do it. But it is the reason that I have chosen to do it. We have the feud with the drum house still. Okay, what have we got here? We can pardon Lady Liza. I will pardon you. Realm will lose land when a vassal title is inherited. No, it won't. There you go. That should recalculate in a second. It didn't recalculate? Oh, do I need to go to you? There you go. Does that fix one? No, what is Lord Rob inheriting? Oh, that's the wall. Never mind. Malin, what are you inheriting? Mandersfield. Okay. But you shouldn't be eligible to inherit Mandersfield. Ah, whatever. Doesn't matter. He'll be within my realm in a second anyway. Right. Back to the tournament. Where are we going? Tent camp. Okay. Oh, it's the same event about Kevin. Well, I'm going to try and get a score increase. We did. Wonderful. Need a little bit more of a score increase. Can we do tourney grounds again? 10 days? We certainly can. One more day. Tourney grounds. Muddled up. Attention all ye who wander here. Let it be known that entering the field right now is my good lady or lord the herald hands is clenched and unclenched spasmodically, and the panic at forgetting the name of the knight that was being introduced is as clear as day. Said knight, Lord Jarrett, approaches the quailing crier with a face of thunder. I don't suppose that you happen to be within my realm. You do. Wonderful. Well, you can now reset to historical. Wonderful. And we'll go back to this. And say, they forgot his name. Messenger will need a new job, or can I offer you a new herald? I'm going to say ha. The reason I'm going to say ha is it gives us the amount that we need to qualify. So laughing at him is the last little bit we needed. We are now qualified for archery. Agent's been removed from scheme. Are we still good? Yeah, 6 months left. Wonderful. Back over here. Time to show the world my skill, which will not be very good. Aerodynamics. The banners flutter and roil around as I step up to take my shot, battered by the wind. Dust swirls past me as I knock an arrow to the bow, the sour wind making my eyes water. I wait for it to subside. I continue waiting. I don't think it's going to stop. So we can try and convince people it wasn't our turn, or maybe if I shoot across the wind. I'm going to shoot across the wind and get a moderate increase. Let's do that, which puts us to 2%. Archery, miss loose. I watch with practiced eye as Roderick begins his approach towards the target. The first shot flies true and thuds home. The second was more wayward, much more wayward. A shrill cry, an ungodly scream pierces the air. The second arrow had not just missed the target, but flown so wide it landed amidst a group of waiting competitors. Landed indeed in Jorian. A crowd rounds on the stricken man. He is lying on his back, clutching his wound in a vain effort to stop the blood. The arrow is still embedded half a hand deep in his flesh. So I can say, step aside, I have my salves, and we successfully treat him. Call a physician, or this is not my concern. I have my salves, we will fix him. Wonderful. Okay, this is fine. What we're going to do... let's try and get a finer arrow. Let's get ourselves a better arrow. Okay. Well, We got a great score increase. I don't think we won, though. Unless we did. Wonderful. Low chance, but we won. Aha. And Dickon, yet again, did not compete because he did not qualify. So we got Merry Aim for 5 years, which is quite nice. The injury resistance is very cool. And money. And we'll get a prize at the end here. So we can give a few words if we want to. I'm not going to. There's a chance it goes bad. We become the owner of a prize urn and a prize ring. Ooh, the ring is quite good, actually. And Egerton got a necklace. And then the other person got nothing because nobody won. What a great occasion. The feast is over. We also got a buff for holding the feast, which is quite nice. We can now get rid of these two. And we will just clean them up here, because if we don't clean them up, it gets very messy. We'll now equip the prize ring, which is quite good. And maybe we'll go Pilgrim's Guide at this point. Our fertility is now 45%, which is reasonable. Okay, cool. And we can grab ourselves, I mean, we could grab ourselves an extra 30, but that's getting insane at this point. Let's just grab ourselves Truth is Relative. Realistically, we want twice schemed, and that's really our main thing. Right. Are we going to war? Don't know. Who are we at war with? Let's have a look here. We could head over to Fair Isle and do some war there. How much does it cost us to get on the boats? Oh, nothing. Oh, because there are no boats needed. Yeah, let's head up and get some local places. That seems reasonable. Who's leading the army? Oh, this guy is. Oh my lord, what have we done to you? Reset historical. I mean, your historical, let's be honest, is not that much better, but yes, hopefully you fix yourself soon. Also, just because I spotted it. I know, we're going to be constantly fixing these. So there we go. Right. Let's head up here. I'm going to defeat the raiders while we're here, which is quite nice. Okay, so they'll stop raiding that land, or any land, which will be good. Inspiration. You're competent. I'm not going to do a competent inspiration. Oh, we also have our urn. I did miss that we had our urn. Our urn would go where? It's not one of those. It's one of these, maybe? Okay. So we have a prized urn. What's the worst thing that we have? Probably the skull goblet, which we can now unequip. I'm not going to get rid of it, but we'll unequip that, and then we'll put on, instead, the prized urn, which gives us a number of captains bonus. The short reign thing would be useful if we had short reign, which we might, but the number of captains is quite nice. Let me just have a look. Do we have short reign negatives? No. No, nobody cares. Okay. I wasn't sure whether it started from when you were 16 or not, but it does not appear to. So that's fine. The Poultry Bandits. My men have been searching the ruins most of the morning for a rooster. Some of the men claimed to have heard a rooster crow overnight, sounding as though it was beneath their feet. Frantic to find proof of their claims, they began searching for the fowl. Much to their surprise, my men found the cloistered cock, along with several men in a hidden cellar. It appears a group of bandits have been using the ruins as a base of operations, and our arrival has forced them into hiding. So we can arrest them, kill them and take the loot, or would they be interested in working for me? I think I am going to arrest them. And then I am going to kill him. Wonderful. We will behead him. Cool. Right. Talking of these kind of ruins, do we have enough for the next level? No, we need 736. Okay. Well, when we have that, we can do it. We are currently hemorrhaging money. There's another rival due to a house feud, which we're not really involved in. Hey, did we inherit the raid? That's weird. We shouldn't inherit the raid, because we don't have raiders. Anyway, I guess we'll stay here and inherit the raid. We're gonna kill King Stefan. We have killed him. Fantastic. Agent slipped out well before the effects of the poison revealed something was afoot. Also invalidated the war, which I wasn't 100% sure it would do, but that's actually fantastic. But I didn't think it would do that. My lord, a letter marked with the seal of House Baratheon has arrived from King's Landing. Raven spread grievous tidings across all the realm. The messenger gives a quick bow and hands me the letter to peruse. King Stefan died under suspicious circumstances. May he repose in peace. According to the laws of inheritance, lawless Baratheon has been proclaimed the rightful successor to the 7 kingdoms of the Iron Throne. While some mourn the passing of his grace, word has it some have begun to voice their discontent away from the public eye. Before resuming my task, I wonder for a brief moment, what shall our rule bring? Okay. So, we now need to murder this guy quickly. He needs to be gone. Because his mother ain't gonna live forever. At 50 and running the Iron Throne, things might go bad for her. So, let's kill her. She's 50, so she's not gonna have any more children. This'll be fine. Right. So we're hoping that in 5 years, Raymond will marry our sister, and that will all work. Perfect. Sorry, I just saw a couple. I'm just going to fix them while we're here, because I can't stop myself. Because I keep seeing them, and I keep being like, I could just do this. So it'll only take a second. That's what I hear in my head. Like, it'll only take a second. There we go. Right. Let's zoom out. I didn't see that other one. No. Right, did everything come back underneath the Iron Throne? It appears to. We were raided, although we won't be for long, because we're all part of the same realm. I have a prisoner. I have many prisoners. I'll take my 25 gold, and the rest of you can be banished. Apparently I can now banish you to Essos if I choose to. No, you shall be banished to the Night's Watch. Tyrek, you shall be banished to the Night's Watch. Forley, you shall be banished to the Night's Watch. Wonderful. And then I'm going to disband my troops. Yes, I'm going to disband them when I can. You shouldn't be hostile for long because we're part of the same realm. You see, we're part of the same realm, so they're not hostile. I don't think it knows that we're not hostile yet. Thank you, Lord Cleos. He has increased our renown. Where are my troops? Oh, is fighting somebody, apparently. Can I disband? I can disband. Wonderful. Right. Clear that out, clear that out, clear that out. We can choose to pay homage to our liege. Let's do that. I'm going to give them gold. Also going to put in a caravan master. That is going to be the younger of the... Well, I might as well be Mary. They're the same age. Right, and then travel. Okay. Cool. So we will now head across once again. The Metal Man. Truly a stroll through Broken Sword is a gift from the 7 who are one. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by the furious grunts and clattering of armor. Hark, get me out of this metal prison. My squire took offense at my manner, even going so far as to call me heartless and has abandoned me. Whatever the strange man did could not have been enough to justify being stuck forever in his armor. I could of course have someone help him, but is it truly worth it? So we can get 30 gold and a hook. We can make him our sworn shield, or we'll leave him to his fate. I'll get 30 gold and a hook. Thank you very much. You would like me to be your spy master? Haha. Ah, you fool. You foolish fool. But thank you very much. We could get more people in here. Actually, our current progress is not as high as it could be. Let's get some more people in. The High Septum, he'll join. He's always up for a little murder. There we go. Now we're down to 13 months. I could actually do even better, because I think the minimum is 12. So let's get another person in here. There we go. Now we're down to... Oh, well, it went to 11, then to 10. Okay. Price of fealty. Wonderful. We get some extra renown. They get some extra renown. Everyone is very happy. Wonderful. And then we head back. I'm not going to eat delicacies because that's always bad. It has a bad side while not doing it has no negative. So we might as well do that. I'm now also Warden of the West for the first time. Lovely. We're going to follow a duck. Let's follow a duck. I dismount and locate the duck in a nearby shrubbery. It starts waddling off into the wilderness and I follow by foot. Suddenly the duck stops and tilts its head in my direction, clearly confused as to why it's procured a human follower. I smile at the duck, trying to ease attention. The duck suddenly squirms, flaps its wings and flies away. What a wild duck chase. Also, what happened to our grandfather? Grandfather? Yes, I actually had that right the first time. Here's what happened to our grandfather right before all the plots started firing. Interesting. It's an omen. The duck is the omen of change. Do you want the architect's drawing? Well, 20% off building construction time, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'll take that. I mean, it's going to delay our construction a little bit, but that's okay. Because we won't be able to start it. You want to duel me? No, I'm not interested. We've arrived home once again. Wonderful. Our regency is ended. That is all good. Right. Now we're just going to simply unpause, earn some money, and then maybe start building the ruins of Castamere. Okay. Now we have learned of a lover's secret. Tyrek has invited us to a grand wedding, which we will of course decline. Gained a little extra money. Okay, so this might be the last month we need to wait. Let's see. Cool. Castamere. We can now upgrade these. It's going to take 9 years, it reckons. But what happens if I take off this one and instead put on the architect's drawing? How long is it going to take now? 8 years. So yes, this does count as a castle holding. Lovely. We can then, in Castamere as well, switch you from giving me 8% tax to reducing the construction time by 3%, which I mean should still leave it at roughly 8 years. Yeah. But then, what if I also got... I do have an architect. Okay. Well, there you go. It's 8 years. Best we can do. Cool. Right. Carrying on. We're killing Brennet. Lady Sybil's friendship. Sure, we can be friends with this random person. I don't know who they are, but be friends. You're not going to be my regent. You're a fool to think you'll be my regent. A foolish fool. Right. A knight's declaration. As I pace towards my throne, I overhear my knight Othel proclaiming something towards my wife. I'm not going to read poetry. Reading poetry to my wife? I'm going to tell our wife to get away from him. Right, quite right. Get rid of that. We don't need to do a grand tour right now. I'll actually unmark it. I'm not interested. Cool. Carrying on. How's our plot going? 6 months. Okay. No, you can't be regent. Sorry. It's just not going to happen. I am not interested in making you regent. Okay. Months are flying through. How old are we now? We're now 19. We have 1 child. Okay. Our fertility stats should be really high though. 25%. Plus we have another 20. Plus we have in here another 25 plus another 20. So we've got the fertility stat. Yeah, I mean this seems fine. I don't know. Okay, we're just not getting the roll, I guess, every time it goes. Okay. I don't know why I was checking how long that was going to take. It said it's going to take 9 years, and I'm checking after, what, 6 months? Captain's captain needs a new successor. That's going to be Morello at 12. Morello at 12. If you're to do this properly, by the way, you don't just put people who are in your court in here. What you're meant to do is go and find a knight who's actually good, who matches the traits, and get them in here, and yeah. Or you can just select it if you don't actually care about who the knight is. But in theory, a better knight is going to actually level it quicker because they're going to be able to win more tournaments, which gets them more glory, which then so on and so forth. Okay. It's come to my attention, my lord, that might be in need of someone of my talents. My new acquaintance, Garrison, approaches me, smiling. My services could be of use. Please do not hesitate to use them. Sure, why not? I don't know who he is, but he can stay at my court. I'm not that bothered. Okay. Plots to kill are going. Lawless is exposing a lot of people's crimes, which means that she's not making friends, which is good. She's going to end up dead. Although we're really good as a spy master, so she probably won't. And then, Bon Appetit. We have killed the child. Wonderful. So that now means that Lawless, her heir, is pretty much locked in as Raymond. Which is fantastic, because that's what we want to see. We want to see Raymond be the heir, because then Raymond will marry Carolee. They will have a child, and at that point we can get ourselves the Iron Throne because it will be under the Baelish house. But until that point, we're still after the Stormlands, which should still be fairly locked in on... No, we need to kill Brennett. Yes, we need to kill you. Wonderful. So once we kill you, then it's locked in, because then you're probably too old to have another child, realistically, and that then means that it's going to pass to Tansy, who is our wife, therefore all the children will be the heir. Wonderful. That seems good to me. Okay, cool. Right, well, I think I'm going to end the episode there, but before I do, I want to talk briefly about the end of the series, because people have asked about it, and I want to just set what our goals are. My goal for the end of the series is to get the Iron Throne. At that point, I'm happy and I'm done with it. One thing I do kind of want to do, just out of curiosity, is finish Castamere. But I actually think, looking at the time left, it's got 8 years left. There's a high chance we're going to finish that first, because I don't know what the next step is on Castamere, right? If it says it's going to take like 100 years to fix it up or something, I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. But right now, I'm happy to just fix it and see. The reason why I want to end the series rather sharpish, rather than keeping it going and trying to get more and more and more, is because there are some fairly big Crusader Kings patches coming soon-ish. Like, they've announced a lot of DLC without, I think, actual release dates, but you would assume if they've announced 3 DLC, and they've said, like, these are the next 3, you're kind of talking over the next year, right? You're talking, like, every 4 months or so you're going to get a DLC. Maybe. So, you know, sometime soonish, we'll probably get the first one of those DLC. That will immediately break the mod and the save file. So, that's kind of a limit. The second one is the mod is quite clearly expanding into Essos. There's going to be a lot of patches for it, and already that's breaking the save file. So I kind of want to end the series once we achieve our objective, because if I try and keep it going too much longer, we're not going to have a save to come back to, and the series is just going to end because the save breaks, which is not really a satisfying ending for anyone. So, that's roughly my thought process. So we'll see what happens after that. But yes, our plots are still going, there's a chance they go wrong, and we'll find out whether that happens next time. So, thank you very much for watching, I'll see you next time, goodbye.